Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, everybody. How is it going? What's going on in your world? Um, okay, so I am going live today because I want to share with you five different things, five things that you can do during the day to help prevent food cravings at night, assuming they're non-hunger related. Okay, ready? And feel free to share this, by the way, because I can't even tell you how many people I know struggle with like grazing at night and mindless eating at night or binging or middle of the night eating. So these tips are meant to really help you not only um, at night, but also during the day as well. So that's really what the purpose of this is. Okay, ready for number one? And when you join, just put your name in the chat, say where you're from, and let me know whatever questions you have. Okay, so number one, around 2 to 4 p.m. every day, roughly, our bodies have a natural dip in blood sugar. So there's like from 2 to 5, we tend to feel a little more fatigued. We're going to feel like we need quick energy. And when we need quick energy, what do we think of? We think of sugar. We think of carbs. We're wanting a quick fix, really. So oftentimes during that time, if you don't have any sort of plan in place, you're much more likely than like, oh my God, I'm exhausted, I still have like 3 more hours to go, I've got to go to the vending machine. Or you go get something like really carby or sugary or salty even, just to sort of as a way to like lift yourself up for the day and to reprop yourself up to get through the rest of the day. When in fact, actually taking a walk would help during that time frame, the 2 to 4, like even 10-minute walk can help boost your energy and also reduce some of the cravings. But also, one of the things that I often tell people to do is to pre-plan and understand when during the day do you tend to get that slump. It's different for everybody, right? And also depends on your eating rhythm and what you've had for breakfast or if you didn't have breakfast. But the point is that if you think to bring a couple of like quick win, balanced, easy grab-and-go snacks and like keep it in your drawer, then you'll know, oh, I'm starting to feel the afternoon slump. Let me go grab this trail mix. Let me go grab this like wrap that I brought from home, or whatever it is, like something that's balanced and has macronutrient balance and tastes good and it's going to give you that like quick energy, but also it's going to last longer. So that's number one, is to make sure, know what you tend to crave during that time of day, when you tend to feel like that sluggishness or those like carb cravings, and be sure to know to plan in advance, like either in the morning or the night before. Get baggies, put them in your desk. So like when that happens, you like just literally open your desk and you have something that you can grab. So that's number one. Number two is allow for, I know this is really hard for some people, but try to allow yourself small periods of time that you can focus on self-care or pleasure. So a lot of the times when we're binging at night or when we're feeling we want to comfort at night, it's because we are feeling so overwhelmed or stressed during the day and we're not taking enough breaks to, I don't know, like go for a walk or, call a friend or do something that is related to your own self-care during the day, even at work. It can even be like 2 minutes, it can be 5 minutes, but really focusing on not constantly going, but also implementing these small breaks so that you don't feel as overwhelmed when you get home. Number three is to eat mindfully. And again, I know that if you're at work, it's hard to do that. And I want to tell you like a quick story, because I had a client once who, she was so excited because she actually never really had dessert, never like focused on dessert at work, right? She would, be like, no, that's bad. I shouldn't have dessert and I shouldn't have it at work. But we were learning how to eat mindfully and intuitively. And she brought a blondie to work one day and she was so excited about this blondie. Like she was going to eat this and it was going to be so good. And she was going to give herself permission to have it. She was going to enjoy it. And then she realized like later in the afternoon, she was like, wait, where's my blondie? I thought I brought it to work. And then she realized she already ate the blondie, like during a meeting. Like she wasn't even conscious of it. And she was so disappointed because like, why bring this delicious blondie to work if you're not going to actually be aware and to actually enjoy eating it, right? So just taking that one little tweak and being like, you know what, if I'm gonna have this and I'm craving it and I want it, why not sit down and savor it? Why not pay attention to it, right? But we're so conditioned almost to feel so guilty about those types of choices, or to feel conflicted about it, that we may even like not even be consciously aware. And if you're not consciously aware, your brain is doing other things, your body's not in it, you're not getting those important cues about satiety and fullness. And, you know, there's something called sensory specific satiety. And basically what that means is that our taste buds can actually get satiated very quickly. They get like saturated. And when that happens, we start to not want anymore, or we'll start to crave another type of food, maybe a salty food, or maybe a sweet food, or something with a different texture. And when that happens, if we're not aware of it, we may continue to eat the same thing in the hope of chasing that high, chasing that flavor high. Hi, Sherry, good to see you. So when you're chasing that flavor high, you keep expecting that the next bite is going to be just as good as the last one. And where is that? Where's that like high that you're waiting for? When the truth is that when you have sensory specific satiety, you're actually not going to get that same amount of pleasure, because your taste buds actually have a refractory period. Who knew, right? And you're not going to get that same burst of like joy or pleasure or dopamine rush really with the third bite or the fourth bite or the fifth bite. But intellectually, we keep thinking, well, why is this not happening? I better eat more of it. But when you're completely aware of your eating process and every part of you is aware, then you are getting those subtle signals. And that is so powerful. It's so amazing when that happens, because you can literally be communicating with your body on a much deeper level. And that will translate to you naturally honoring certain cues that your body's giving you or your taste buds are giving you. So eating mindfully, even if it's like a snack for like 5 minutes, or you go for a walk and sit on a park bench and literally just 5 minutes, enjoy your snack or enjoy your lunch or whatever it is, rather than multitasking or racing through it or whatever. And trust me, this will help you in the evening time as well. Okay, number 4. This one is gonna surprise you, but you need to be able to say yes more often. We are especially with food, we're a society of no's. So it's like rules and no's and can't have this and don't have that. And those types of food rules can become very, very difficult, because then what happens is that if we break that rule, or if we do something that we've arbitrarily said is not okay, then what does that say about us? It makes us feel worse. And it can lead to what I call, well, it's not my phrase, but it's called the what the hell effect. And what happens is, like, when you're saying no all day, not even to just food, but other pleasures, like you're not letting yourself have self-care. You're not doing certain things to bring in stress reduction techniques into your day. And you're constantly saying no to this, no to that, can't do this. When you get home, that rebel demon person is going to come out, and you're going to be like, what the hell? Like, forget it. I've been saying no all day. I've been denying myself and restricting myself all day. That there is this part of you that comes out and it's like, I deserve this treat. I deserve this. I want this. And nothing is going to talk you out of that at that point, right? But if you recognize when you're saying no too often, then you can also understand that by shifting a few of those no's to yeses, it's going to actually alleviate that craving brain at night, if that makes sense. And coupled with that is just really like, having moments during the day where you can focus on understanding your stress cues, so to speak, or overwhelm cues even, and do like 5 minutes of meditation or a body scan even, or even just like, I'm going to give you a really quick breath work technique that you can do, and that really, really helps you to get in a relaxation response quickly, or at least shut off the part of your brain, the amygdala, that's telling you that there's some sort of crisis that you have to run from. Pershing says, hi Pershing, nice to see you. Hi Tal. Oh, it's great to have all you guys. So here's what it is. It's so simple. You do this 4 times, okay? So you breathe in through your nose for a count of 4. I'm not gonna do it with you, but it's like, okay? And then you hold it for a count of 7, and then breathe out through your mouth for a count of 8. And I don't care how busy your job is. I know that babies nap. I had 3 of them. You can take 5 minutes to do this, and it's going to make such a difference in terms of your stress chemistry. It's going to help you to make better decisions later on. And it's also going to make you more aware of your own particular body cues when you're under stress. So for instance, I always feel it in my back. Some people get stomach aches, some people get headaches, some people, you know, they like clench their jaws and their jaws hurt. You want to become really aware of those subtle signs in your body, you know, sweaty hands, whatever it is for you, that alerts you to the fact that you're overwhelmed or stressed, to know when to do this breath technique. And when I do this, it's amazing. Like, I literally feel my heart rate slowing down. I literally feel calmer. I feel more in control of emotions that I'm having and reactivity. And even that small reprieve is enough to help me, you know, beef up my prefrontal cortex and make decisions that are going to serve me, not just right now in that decision, but also later on during the day. And let me know if you guys have any questions or comments in the chat as well. So the last one is, okay, so let me ask you a question. How many food decisions do you think we make a day? How many bites, what to eat, when to eat, which food, which whatever. How many food decisions do you think that the average person makes a day? And you can just put this in the chat. If you're watching this on the replay, put it in the chat. And I'm going to give you the answer because nobody's responding. Okay, ready? I'm going to give you 1 more minute. 5 more seconds. 1, 2, 3. Pershing says, I have an eating disorder and it's hard to deal with and I have never told anyone, but now I mentioned it to you. Oh, well, I'm so sorry to hear that. Why don't you reach out to me? Like, send me a message on my page and we'll chat about it. And I so appreciate you sharing that with me and trusting me with that information. So thank you so much. Where are you from? Just out of curiosity. Okay, so the last one is be aware of how many decisions you're making during the day. Not just food decisions, but big decisions in general. Because decision fatigue is a real thing and it affects our eating at night. Especially, so let me answer the question, my own question, which is we make over 200 food-related decisions a day. That's a hell of a lot of decisions to make. But here's the kicker. We're only aware of maybe like 14 of them. Can you imagine? Your brain is working overtime, making tons and tons of decisions about what to eat, when to eat, why you're eating, how many bites, like how does it taste, like all these different things. And in the process of making all of those micro decisions, it actually fatigues us and it makes us more vulnerable at night to not have to make any more decisions. Like, you know, there's actually a study that they said that says something like 60% of Americans don't know what they're going to eat for dinner by 4 o'clock. And so if you don't have a plan for dinner, right, and you're just kind of going to go home and wing it, you're much more likely to be like, well, I'm just going to order a pizza, or I'm just going to go to the drive-thru, or I'm just going to order Chinese, or whatever. And make no mistake that making many, many decisions during the day will fatigue you at night. You will not be as easily able to make sound decisions, especially when you're considering tiredness, overwhelm, stress, and everything else that happens during the day. When you're also making 200 decisions about food, of course you're coming home being like, I don't care, whatever's on the counter, I'm just going to eat it. Or of course you're going to want to just kind of act spontaneously and not have to be so like decision oriented and saying no all the time and really managing yourself and your behavior. Those things are very difficult to do, which is why I work so much on intuitive eating and mindful eating. So I hope that was helpful. These are 5 things that you can do during the day that can help with cravings at night. And to learn more, I would love to have you join my free masterclass that I'm doing tomorrow at 1 p.m. If you look at my business page, there's actually, I set up an event page, and I'm going to be streaming it from my webinar software to the event. So again, this is totally free. It's an hour long. I'm going to delve into so much more of what we talked about today, but even more in depth. And I'm going to share with you my 4-step system that includes eating psychology, mindfulness, brain science, behavioral change, all kinds of stuff to help you in the long term shift your eating habits in a way that's really working with you and is aligned with you, with your circumstances, your lifestyle, your body mechanics, your biochemistry, and what gives you pleasure and joy, because what's the point of eating if you're not getting pleasure and joy out of it, and you're just racing through it, or you're not even aware of it, right? So, and this is true at night too, right? When you're watching the game and eating ice cream, or if you're, raiding the cabinets while trying to get dinner done for the family, or whatever it is, we all have these types of challenges. And this is an area that I've been working in for 17 years. I have so much that I want to share with you, and I can't wait for tomorrow. We did it last week, and it was so much fun that I wanted to do it again. Again, it's tomorrow. All you need to do is type in bit.ly/nix the nosh, and I will see you tomorrow. And when you register, I'm going to send you a 7-page, it's like a pre-workbook. It's like a masterclass action guide. And for those who register for the webinar and who stay to the very end of the webinar, I'm going to be giving away some fun little bonuses. So you do not want to miss this. I love giving stuff away. It's so fun. Including a 45-minute power session one-on-one with me, which is going to be amazing. All right, that's it for me. Pershing, it was so nice to meet you. I hope that you'll send me a message. I'd love to talk to you more. And thanks for everyone for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.